This video is not about clickbait. I'm not one to be dramatic, but if you're going to take your Tenere 700 off-road, then this modification could save you a complete engine rebuild. And the reason I think it's important to get this out is because this happened to me and my Tenere 700. So if it can happen to me, it can happen to other people. But knowing what I know now, this modification, I believe, would have stopped the issue. So come with me as I show you, or I take you through what happened to me on my Tenere. On the OpenRoads Rally in March 2022, on this very track, I was having a little bit of fun on the Tenere, perhaps a little too much fun, jumping over the washouts. It was on one of these washouts that I landed on the other side and discovered I'd caused myself a little bit of mischief. So I just realised why it's important to have a chain guide when you're riding these rough tracks. I just did a jump over a washout and my chain came off. So just lucky I left the centre stand on, so now I just gotta put it back on. At this point I was none the wiser to the damage I'd done. I could see a few drops of oil on the centre stand, but I hadn't twigged as to what had caused that oil to be there. So I put the chain back on and continued on the ride. A little further up the road we hit a tight section. You see, with the OpenRoads Rally they give you 3 tracks that you can navigate using a GPS. We'd decided to ride the hard track, so we came to a tightish little section of this track, and as we worked our way up we hit a bottleneck. It was at this bottleneck we sat here for probably 15 minutes. It wasn't until I let a marshal through that I leaned my bike over and noticed a pool of oil sitting underneath the bike. So I turned the bike around and rode back to a flat area which happened to be the start of this hard section, and had a look at the bike to see what the damage was. Alright, well I can see the problem. Can you see the problem? Not a very big hole at all. Jesus. It's just snapped the bolt off. That holds the protective cover on. Jesus Christ. That's going to be a bit of fun to get back on. Anyway. I've got some of the metal putty. I'll clean it up and we'll give it a go. So I got the bit that's broken off. Got that out. Cleaned up all of that area. When I put this back in, does go in, get it right. Before I did it, and actually there's a way of getting it in, and it's sat and stayed there, so it was a really good, there, oh no, maybe not, anyway, it's a really good fit. Don't think, maybe that's it. Anyway, so I just got to use this special metal need, put some up and push it all around that, and hopefully it'll hold it in place. That's the plan, Stan. Alright. So the putty has set. Everything is ready to go. And I'm going to continue along the hard track. Just put some oil in it. Just love the guys over there working on their car were able to give me a little bit of gear oil. So I've put that in, topped it up, so I've got plenty of oil. Just got to make sure that holds. Set pretty hard. It's been about 25 minutes. So we'll see how we go. And maybe the adventure is not over yet. Well, as it turned out, the adventure wasn't over yet. The bush mechanic fix worked like a charm. While I figured out what I wanted to do with the bike, whether I could get it welded or whether I needed to buy a whole new engine case, I continued to explore our beautiful country. I put a small collage together of some of the places, some of the areas I rode while the bike had the metal putty on it. Enjoy. So while I was initially gutted when I saw the damage caused to the bike, I didn't let it stop me riding the bike. I continued to explore and spent about 6,000 kilometres riding with this bush mechanic fix. A couple of months later, I put in a claim with Shannon's my insurance. They accepted the claim and the bike was fixed. So it does have a good happy ending. I've got a bike that's running like a dream. I'm back riding it every chance I get, and life's good. The moral to this story is, if you're going to ride your Tenere 700 off-road, buy yourself a chain guide. It'll probably save you a lot of stress and worry. You're welcome.